Hey guys, welcome to How to Use My Homeschool Village for 3rd to 5th graders. Rebecca here. I'm just going to give you a little tour of where we're at. You're here and getting started. You've clicked, you've gone through all of this hopefully, and now you're on the 3rd and 5th grade. So let me just give you a quick rundown of how I use My Homeschool Village for my 3rd and 5th graders. Remember, first pre-K through 2nd grades, first and most important job you can do for your children is teaching them how to read and write. That's really the main focus. Everything else is a bonus. The key is once they're reading and writing, they can do so much on their own and you don't have to hold their hand anymore. So 3rd through 5th grade is really about strengthening the reading and writing skills so that by the time they're in 6th through 12th grades, they're able to fully educate on their own with just a little bit of guidance and help from you. So the real focus here is, once again, just strengthening the basic skills. So let me show you. First, you're going to go Generation Genius. Let me show you how I use Generation Genius for this age group. And I think it's important that we give our children full access to this Generation Genius. So you're going to go. I have all of these, just so you know. I have each one of these tabs bookmarked. If you don't know how to bookmark a tab, you just come over here to the star, click the star, mark it right here. I can even put it, my kid's name on there if you want. Just put the name on there. You can create an education folder for each of your children or just for education. And then you just bookmark that. I already have it done. So have that bookmarked and then they can just go to their bookmarks and pop these up. So you go to the Generation Genius, go to the lessons. I'm going to start with the math. So what I've done, now my K through 2nd graders, I'm actually going to go through this with them and we'll do this together. But by 3rd grade, they should be able to do this. Even if you're new to homeschooling and you're just getting in here, I'm going to show you real quick. If you've gone through the tour of how to use Generation Genius, you'll understand this. I'm literally just going to go here. And I'm going to tell my kids that they're going to go through, let me go back a minute, sorry, here. And I'm literally going to have my child just go through one at a time. Now, I'm setting up personally challenges for my children. I don't want them to just do one a day. Our minimum requirement in our home is 3 a week, but we reward for more than that. So if they go above and beyond the 3 a week, then we have set up different things for different children, and they like to earn money, and so I let them earn money through education. Maybe we give them an extra $1 a lesson on top of the minimum. Now, I don't pay them to be educated. I pay them to do more than what is expected. And we've done several different ways of doing this. It's up to you. But I literally let my children go as fast as they want through here because I'll have them start. I'll have them go all the way through. I'll just tell them, okay, I teach my child how to do this on their own. Click. Watch the video, scroll down, do the word problem, do the number problem. Now, if my child is a struggling reader, I do not have them do the word problems. They don't need to be frustrated with math because of reading. So some kids just really do better in math than reading, and they can really go faster. So their reading might be at a 2nd grade level, but their math could be at a 5th grade level. And this is where you find that out and let them go as fast as they want to go. So I'll tell my child, print this out. And then go in. Oh, for some reason, it doesn't, I forgot to log in. Okay, I need to go do that. But I will say, just click this PDF and I show them how to print it out on the computer and fill it out. And then I have my children literally go through as fast as they want to go. If they can get through the 3rd through 5th grade math in a year, which most kids actually can, I have them keep going through the 6th through 8th grade. Once they're done with Generation Genius, you move them to study.com and they can keep going as fast as they want. But the beauty of this is that if you have a child who has any kind of learning disability and they need to even go back a few grades, this is a great place to do this. For those of you who've just pulled your children out of school, I recommend, no matter how old they are, they start through on the K through 2, just to fill in any holes they might have missed, days they missed in school, times they weren't paying attention. I would have your children start here and go all the way through. Generation Genius is completely safe for them to go at their own pace without mom watching. This is why we've chosen this program, because it is completely safe for your kids. I have them do the same for science. I've had all of my children, no matter what age, because we added this in a year and a half ago, I had all my kids start with the pre-K or the grades K through 2. And I had them go through every single lesson in case we missed something. You just never know what you've missed. And so this is just a great supplement. Now, I also use this Generation Genius. I put it on the iPad, and if we're out and about or we're doing a road trip or we're at a doctor's office, I can pull this up on an iPad and they can keep learning, and their learning doesn't stop. So this is how I would handle the 3rd through 5th. I would still, and oddly, I would actually, that doesn't change much for any grade. I would start them at the very beginning and have them go all the way through to make sure they have it all. My youngest son is my first child who actually goes through all the way through Generation Genius, and his science and math is better than all of my other children because of this. So make sure you're really using this Generation Genius program. Okay, number 2, for 3rd through 5th graders, they're writing and math. Now we have the Generation Genius math, but I like them on the Starfall math as well because it just solidifies what they're learning. It just keeps making sure all the holes are filled. So Starfall I use once again as a supplement, as an online game. When I'll even make them earn this. If they have some time and they've worked on their programs, I'll say, okay, now you can have some Starfall time. It is education. Once again, we love it when we're on the go. Education while you're running around and waiting for soccer practices. This is a great way to do this. Have your children go all the way through. You know they're done with Starfall when they're bored because they're no longer being challenged. It means that their brains are ready to move on. So as long as this entertains them, they are learning. The second they're like, yeah, mom, this is baby stuff, they're ready to move on, which is Generation Genius and study.com. So make sure that you're really hitting these hard up through the 5th grade. You will get such a great foundation in science, math, and reading and writing this way. Now, the next thing I do a lot with is Creative Bug. I love the Creative Bug for their education. There's so many classes in here. It's not just about arts and DIY projects. Make sure I've already given you a tour on this, but I do like my children from the ages of 3rd through 5th grade. I like to give them a budget, say $10. We'll go to Joann's. They've already picked out their class from here. They have their $10 budget. They need to buy their own list of things that they're missing. And if they can't make it, I'll give them $10 the next month. Or anyway, we handle this as a budgeting opportunity as well. And we let our children pick, as you can see, kids and teens classes right here. And they pick the class they want to learn. I require a class. They have to be picking something. I don't tell them what to pick, but I do require that they pick and they work on it at least once a week. This is not a daily thing unless they really love it. Some of my kids like it daily. Some of my kids like it weekly. But I do make sure they're doing something, especially my ADHD kids. They learn so much to do with their hands that allows me, they can work on this while I read out loud. When we do our family read alouds, this gives them things to do besides a fidget spinner. Or even just Legos. It is also teaching them other hands-on skills while we're doing homeschool reading. Like the whole key here, you guys remember, is to teach as much as you can at once. You don't have to separate subjects like they do in school. You can combine them and make them all work for you. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that my children have the Type C something. If your kid's interested in coding, get them in the coding program. If they're not interested in coding, that's okay. Just make sure that they're in their level of typing. So you're going to come in here. I do not put my kids in the Common Core. I put them in the TEX. Okay. TEX was made for Texas. It's not Common Core, and your children. So I only put my children. This is my 9th grader's, Isaac's, his course. So you see his in here on 9th grade. Obviously, you're going to do a 3rd through 5th grade in here. But the idea is, look, they can type. Learn to type with the skills that they have while they're learning scientific methods, questioning. This is when I put them through science, specifically energy. There's history in here. There's government in here. So I will also have my children I'll just say, just start here. Get it all done. I want you to eventually get through everything of the grade. We require 3 to 4 times a week minimum. If they want to do more than that, then we do workout deals where they can make money doing more above and beyond what we require. So make sure your children are in here. If your children are interested in technology, this is where you're going to get a lot of your best technology classes for your children. Teach them right here, the operating systems. Highly recommended. this actually for me is a required for my high school kids, but not my 3rd, 5th graders. I think this can be a little much for them unless they're really interested. But for my 3rd and 5th graders, I just make sure their typing is strong. But I'm not going to worry about the rest yet until high school. And then as your kids are getting older, study.com at this age is a mix. So study.com is only for 3rd grade and up. However, we generally recommend it for junior high and up, but it has so many great courses in here. This is where you can do a lot of really cool electives. So this is where I follow their interests. So if your child has an interest in anatomy, for example, this is a great place to find that class that you want on anatomy and let them go in and learn more. So really with the Generation Genius, the Starfall, Creative Bug, and Type C, your kids are getting most of what they need. They can get the history in Type C as well. But this is where I come in and fill in holes. So if there's specific subjects they want to learn, if there's specific topics we want to go over, interests they have, then I go to study.com and fill in the rest with study.com at the ages of 3rd through 5th grade. Okay, so this is only a filler. If they're doing well with what you've got, or with the Generation Genius, the Starfall, the Type C, and the Creative Bug, then I leave it at that. Sometimes that's enough for a child of those ages, and some kids need more. It's really about their ability. And so the study.com is more of an addition to a child who needs to move further, faster along. But I would remove it for a child who's easily frustrated with their learning. Okay, so hopefully that answers the questions on how I use My Homeschool Village with your 3rd through 5th graders. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. We're here to help. If you have children with special needs, remember Type C, by the way, if you go back and look at the Type C video, it has ADHD and dyslexic settings for your children, and all of these programs do. So if you have questions on how to do that, let us know how else we can help in here. Leave your comments in. We're here to help, and we'll see you at the lives.